What if the show that made you believe aliens could walk among us was built on real tragedy, real heartbreak, and at least one love story that has now lasted longer than most people's entire lives? In 1983, V hit NBC like a thunderbolt. It was not just a sci-fi invasion story. It was a show about fascism wearing a friendly face, about ordinary people choosing courage when it was the most expensive thing they owned. Over 80 million viewers tuned in, and then life happened to all of them. Someone on this list lost a child. Someone reinvented themselves so completely you would never guess their second act. And at least one person from this cast has been married so long, the math will genuinely stop you. Number 1, we have Marc Singer as Mike Donovan, the Resistance cameraman who became the beating heart of the entire series. Before we get to who he is today, here is something worth sitting with. Over 4 decades have passed since those cameras rolled, and he is still one of the most warmly received figures on the entire convention circuit. Marc was 34 during production and is 78 today. He was married to actress Haunani Minn for over 40 years, a partnership everyone who knew them described as deeply devoted. She passed away in 2014, and that loss is the quiet context behind every convention appearance he makes. Fans of V and Beastmaster still line up to see him, and he never disappoints them. If you are enjoying this, subscribe right now. We drop new stories like this every 2 days, and you do not want to miss what is coming. Number 2, we have Faye Grant as Juliet Parrish, the medical student who became the Resistance's conscience. She was 25 during filming and is 68 today. Her personal life took a turn that dominated headlines decades later when her marriage to actor Stephen Collins, which lasted from 1985 to 2015, ended in one of Hollywood's most publicly shocking divorces, after recordings surfaced in which Collins reportedly admitted to deeply disturbing conduct involving minors. Faye had given nearly 3 decades to that marriage. The world found out the way she deserved to find out last, in public and all at once. Number 3, we have Richard Hurd as John the Supreme Commander, the cold, authoritative face of the visitor fleet. He was 50 during production and brought a lifetime of stage experience to a role that required enormous controlled menace. He had been married to Patricia Crowder Hurd for 40 years. Richard's career never stopped moving after V Seinfeld, Star Trek Voyager, role after remarkable role. But here is the thing about a life that full: it still ends. Richard Hurd passed away on the 26th of May, 2020 at the age of 87. He had earned every single one of those years. Number 4, we have Bonnie Bartlett as Lynn Bernstein. And we need to stop here because this story is almost impossible to believe. She was 53 during production. She is 96 years old today. And she has been married to actor William Daniels, beloved by millions as Mr. Feeny on Boy Meets World, since 1951. That is 74 years of marriage. They are widely recognized as the oldest living married couple in Hollywood. Think about what the world looked like in 1951. Now think about the fact that they are still here, still together. That is not a love story. That is a monument. Number 5, we have Michael Wright as Elias Taylor, the street-smart cynic who became one of the most satisfying resistance fighters the show ever produced. He was 26 during filming and is 69 today. After V, he delivered one of the most critically praised performances of his entire career in the 1990 film The Five Heartbeats, earning recognition from audiences who had first noticed him here. He has kept his personal life entirely private throughout the decades, which somehow makes his work feel even more singular. You watched him become something extraordinary on screen, and then he simply let that be enough. Drop a comment below and tell us which cast member surprised you the most. We read every single one. Number 6, we have Blair Tefkin as Robin Maxwell, and the story behind how she came to play this role is one you will not forget. The original actress cast in the role was Dominique Dunne, who was murdered by her ex-boyfriend during production. Blair stepped into a situation that would have broken most people, carrying a role already shadowed by unimaginable grief. She was 23 during production and is 66 today. Director Kenneth Johnson dedicated the entire series to Dunne's memory. Blair showed up anyway, did the work, and let the dedication speak for both of them. Number 7, we have Richard Lawson as Dr. Ben Taylor, the principal doctor whose early sacrifice set the emotional stakes for everything that followed. He was 35 during filming and is 79 today. His daughter from his first marriage is actress Bianca Lawson, one of the most recognizable faces in American television drama. In 2015, he married Knowles, mother of Beyoncé, in a ceremony that generated enormous media attention. Their divorce was finalized in 2024. He has lived several full lives inside one. That kind of range deserves its own series. Number 8, we have Neva Patterson as Eleanor Dupres, the calculating human collaborator who gave the miniseries some of its most quietly chilling moments. She was already 62 during production and brought a precision to the role that only a lifetime of craft can manufacture. She had been married to writer James Lee from 1957 until his death in 2002, nearly 5 decades of partnership. Neva Patterson passed away on the 14th of December 2010, at the remarkable age of 90. She gave that show something irreplaceable, and she knew exactly what she was doing every second she was on screen. Number 9, we have David Packer as Daniel Bernstein, the young informant whose moral collapse gave V some of its most uncomfortable and necessary moments. He was just 20 during filming and is 63 today. What most viewers never knew is that David was personally present at co-star Dominique Dunne's home the night she was attacked. He was a young man on the set of a television show, and he walked into a night that marked him permanently. He carried that weight through every scene he filmed and every year since. That is not backstory. That is the real story. Number 10, we have Michael Durrell as Robert Maxwell, the devoted scientist father whose protectiveness grounded the entire miniseries in something genuinely human. He was 43 during production and is 86 today. He has been married to Charlotte Savitz since 1974, a partnership now stretching past 50 years. After V, he built a long and steady television career through Matlock and Beverly Hills, 90210 throughout the late 80s and 90s. Some actors burn bright and vanish. Michael Durrell just kept showing up and kept being good. Number 11, we have Leonardo Cimino as Abraham Bernstein, the Holocaust survivor whose quiet dignity gave the miniseries its most historically resonant dimension. He was 65 during production. Before Hollywood, he had participated in the second wave of the Normandy invasion during World War II, which means his portrayal of a man who immediately recognized fascism for what it was came from somewhere real and unrepeatable. Leonardo Cimino passed away on the 3rd of March 2012 at age 94. When you watch him in those scenes again, knowing what he had seen with his own eyes, it hits completely differently. 40 years. Think about that for a moment. The kids who watch this show with their parents are now the age some of these cast members were when they filmed it. Number 12, we have Jane Badler as Diana, the villain who became a cultural icon before that phrase even existed. She was 28 during filming and is 72 today. She has been married to Australian businessman Stephen Haynes since 1990 and built a genuine second career as a musician in Australia. But in 2020, her 7-year-old son Harry Haynes, a promising actor himself, died of an accidental fentanyl overdose. She lost him far too young and far too suddenly. Out of that grief, she became a passionate advocate for mental health and addiction awareness. The woman who made millions afraid of a snake swallowing scene is now spending her life trying to save the people the rest of us forget to talk about. Share this video with someone who remembers watching V when it first aired. They will want to see this. Number 13, we have Evan C. Kim as Tony Leonetti, the steady, dependable resistance member whose natural ease made every scene he appeared in feel grounded. He was 29 during filming and is 73 today. He has kept both his personal life and his post-V career entirely away from public attention, which is rarer than it sounds and perhaps harder than it looks. Among devoted fans of the original miniseries, he is remembered warmly, consistently, without scandal or spectacle. In a cast full of extraordinary stories, sometimes the most quietly remarkable thing a person can do is simply live their life on their own terms and let the work speak for itself. That is all 13 of them. Lives built on resilience, loss, reinvention, and love. And somewhere out there, a 96-year-old woman who was already a grandmother when V first aired is still waking up next to the man she married in 1951. And neither of them is done yet.